will save our country is if we choose to love our kids more than we hate each other. Three things. One, clean up the corruption of the agencies, particularly the conflicts of interest that have turned those agencies into captive agencies for the pharmaceutical industry and the food industry, the other industries that they're supposed to be regulating. Number two, to return those agencies to the gold standard science, the empirically based, evidence-based medicine that they were famous for when I was a kid. And number three, to make America healthy again, to end the chronic disease epidemic. And President Trump has told me that he wants to see measurable, concrete results within 2 years in terms of a measurable diminishment in chronic disease among America's kids.
You're being taxed. All government spending is taxation. So whether it's direct taxation or all government spending, it either becomes inflation or it's direct taxation. Your money is being wasted, and the Department of Government Efficiency is going to fix that. We're going to get the government off your back and out of your pocketbook. And America's just not just going to be great. America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing!
From our government, we will drive out the globalists, we will cast out the communists, Marxists and fascists, we will throw off the sick political class that hates our country, we will rout the fake news media, and we will liberate America from these villains once and for all.
Before we go too far, I've got something to tell you.
You'll find out. Play YMCA. Go ahead. Let's go. Nice and loud. Here we go.
Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, May 30th. I hope you guys are doing well. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Everything's hooked up. It looks like it's on, right? But we'll see. We have a very special announcement today. I want to do a huge shout out for Mr. Arnie Layton. Happy birthday. It is his birthday today. For those of you that don't know Arnie Layton, he is the creator of so many amazing Oracle cards. I'm also going to pull cards from his deck today, Q. He has a deck, the Oracle of Q. Amazing, all of them. So I'm going to be pulling from them today. Can't wait. This will be a lot of fun. But a big happy birthday wishes to him. I hope it's a fabulous day. I also want to share his website if you guys are interested in getting any cards from him. He has quite the collection, I must say. He's got quite the collection. Here we go. So lots of decks to choose from. My personal favorite, always number one, the one I always go to is the Angel Numbers deck. And let me see where is that one? It's one of his first ones, I believe. I could be wrong. But all of them are beautiful. They're all beautiful. And I just recommend Arnie's work all the time. I have done a lot of shows pulling his cards as well. And anyone that's just looking for extra guidance, a boost every morning with your meditations. He also has I am affirmation cards as well. But these oracles are beautiful. I have all of them. I own all of them. So They're all good. They're all beautiful. I have my favorites. I'm really attached to the Q deck right now, the Oracle of Q. But all of them, the animal oracles, all of them, just amazing. So happy birthday, Arnie. Wanted to do that little shout out for you. I don't know if he's here. I don't see him in the live chat, and that's okay. He'll see it later, and that's a good little birthday surprise. But it looks like you're getting a lot of love in the chat, Arnie. So when you do see this, all your Soul Tribe family is loving you too. So very cool. So what I'm going to do is pull from the Oracle of Q this morning. Before we kickstart all your requested questions, thank you everyone who requested to ask questions about geopolitical topics for today. As you all know, we do that on Mondays and Fridays. Wednesdays, live Q&A, you can ask personal or political. But Fridays, we're just strictly keeping it all about the hot topics right now, especially Q stuff, anything related into that. But yeah, thank you all. We have a lot of questions to get to. I think I have about 15 banners to pull up from all your requests. And for those of you that are new and you don't know how it works, just leave your questions down below this video in the comment section, and I will pull them up on Monday's show. You also have an opportunity to be pulled from the live chat, but it's no guarantee that your question will be asked. So that's kind of how you play the game here. But anyways, let's take a look and see what is the message from the Oracle of Q this morning. Here we go. All right. The very top says the Great Awakening, false history exposed. True history will be known. With this comes a spiritual revolution and awakening. So I'm liking that. All right, let's pull another one. So the false history exposed, that needs to come out. Everything needs to, but that's a big one, especially where it's attached to like the Vatican and where all that leads and ties into. And then the next one is Hollywood. All right, we already know, we know that they're all bad, right? But the mainstream needs to get with it now. Let's see it mainstream. So false idols found out, crimes and rituals exposed. All right, I'm liking it. And mentioning Hollywood exposed, I have an upcoming show. It's either going to be next week or the following. I will be doing a show on a lot of the stars, and also it'll be an open Q&A. So you'll be able to ask questions about certain stars that you've been wondering about. It will be a Hollywood-based show. So we're going to get back into that just a little bit, not too much, because as you know, I used to do a show on Beyond Mystic over on Rumble, the Hollywood show, right? But we're not going to get too crazy with it. We're just going to do it a little bit. We're going to have one, maybe once a month. So that'll be fun. But anyways, let's get into it. I have a lot of questions. Good to see all of you here. We've got New York in the chat. Good to see you here. Glad you loved your reading. Also Connie, she's always here. She's always here. And thank you so much, Connie, for doing all of your extra work in the live chat. I appreciate it. All the links and everything that you share. We have Marilyn Send reminding everyone. I can't remember what month we started this, but it's a humanitarian project, a group. It's a Zoom call every Saturday. So Marilyn Send is the host of that. She does host it. And it's lovely to see the group getting together every Saturday consistently. I think we started that in November. I don't go. I have gone to a couple of them, but I don't go to all of them. I don't, because I do teach a class on Saturdays. But I will in the future be going. I'll make an appearance. But I'm very proud of all of you. I just want to shout out Marilyn Send, Ricky Green. I know Connie goes. Quite a few of you go. I don't know if you're all here, but all of you doing a great job getting together, creating a community and a safe space to kind of just vent about whatever you guys want to talk about, topics every week. So good job out there, keeping it going. All right, guys, let's get going because I have a lot of questions and then I have a reading after the show. So let's get going here. The first one. And I'm going to be using my Starcanashores tarot deck or guidance deck, whatever you'd like to call it. It's more of guidance because we are using it as a tool to channel, not going by any rules of any tarot, really, at all. But here we go. Kathy is asking, will the interest paid on debts that have already been paid off in the past be returned to the debtor? Current interest charges returned. Will the current interest charges be returned? Here we go. So yes or no. 3 of Swords, 5 of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. So it looks like it's going to take a while because we have that 5 of Wands and the 3 of Swords. So it's not anything immediate, but there will be action for justice to, yes, be returned, okay? But it doesn't look like it's anytime soon. I don't even think that would happen this year, but it is set to happen, okay? So it is a yes, just not anytime soon, unfortunately. So I wasn't expecting that, but there you go. Thank you, Kathy, very much for your question. I'm going to go to the next one now from Gina. All right, this question is from Gina. You have a question about JFK Jr. What has he been up to on the Earth plane? Let's take a look. JFK Jr. Yeah. What is his role? What is he doing? Why haven't we actually seen him, or why hasn't it been announced yet? Here we go. We have the Tower. All right. He's taken down the dark. We got the Devil card and the Page of Wands. So he's a part of the big operation of taking down the evil. And later in the year, which there are some questions about that. I love how everyone's kind of on the same wavelength. Later this year, it has been predicted by Kim Clement. You all know Kim Clement. He predicted 2025, all shall fall in the fall of 2025. A few months back, I did do a video channeling Kim Clement and his information, and if it was still accurate in the timeline that we're in, and I did get a yes for all of that. So everything that he has said is supposed to come to fruition this fall of 2025. But anyways, going back to this, JFK Jr. has a huge role in that, has a huge role in the biblical event that's going to take place. So that is our answer. Beautiful. Yes, Connie, here comes the sun. Yep. Definitely. He's part of Q. Absolutely. Definitely. Thank you, Gina, for bringing that up. That was a great one. 1 second. StreamYard's acting funny. There we go. Our next question is from Shanna. Will the Iraqi dinar increase in value? And we want a zodiac time season. Let's see. Zodiac, terrain, winter, spring, summer, fall, whatever it wants to show us. All right, for Shanna. Shanna wants to know, will the Iraqi dinar increase in value and when? Here we go. So this is beautiful. I would say it is by the end of the year because I do have December in here, and then I have a new beginning, a clean slate. We have helping of community, so helping each other, brothers and sisters. So definitely by the end of the year, it's more of a holiday vibe going on. 3 of Cups is like a party, holiday, celebration. So it's sometime around the holidays. So yes, it will increase in value, definitely. And it's going to be somewhere around, I'd say, the holiday season later in the year. Very good question. Thank you so much, Shanna. Now we have a question from Jones. Jones is asking, are the 3 witches, Whitmere, Benson, and Nessel from Michigan, alive and well? Here we go. I already know this one, but let's just pull one. So no, they're not. Ace of Wands in reverse would be a no. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Let's see where this is going. Oh, and then you actually get the 3 of Pentacles. So no, but I do think before they went down, they definitely had to go through quite a few series. It's like a series of events. I think that they were led on to believe that they would get to live, but they did not. I don't think they cooperated. But no, it's a no. They're not. No. But thank you so much for your question, Jones. I appreciate that. Next from Judy Carey. And just to address all of you in the chat, I am just concentrating on the questions that were requested, that were put under the video last Wednesday. So if you're like, why isn't she looking in the chat? I definitely will when we're done with these questions. So I just want to address that. I'm not looking at the chat because I'm just looking at the banners. I'm hosting, I'm pulling cards, I'm listening to my channeling, what's coming in. So just don't feel ignored. But I will get to you guys. Let's get through these great questions from Judy Carey. Is the free, except for shipping, heavy metal, toxic test done with strands of your hair by Dr. Stephen Cabral a good test with no ulterior or bad motives? All right, there's a lot of these types of tests out there from a lot of different doctors all the time. So let's just take a look for Judy Carey. I know a lot of you, someone else asked me this question too, same doctor too. So let's just take a look. Is there any bad motives about these hair tests to detect metal toxins? Here we go. So I am getting a no, but that doesn't mean that every doctor is safe. In all honesty, as much as I know about metals and toxins in the body, you don't need a hair test to tell you that. Mostly all of us, and we always will have them, we have them within our bodies. You have to do cleanses from time to time. You know, not every day or every week, but we're always going to have toxins within us. So let's say you get a test done, let's say this month, comes back, yeah, you have, of course it's going to be a positive. For everything that we know about the system, the medical system, big pharma, all that, I personally, and it has nothing to do with the cards are just helping me with this coming through. Personally, what I'm getting from all of this is that there's no need to do it. It's pretty much a waste of time. It's going to waste your money, but also it's going to come back as a yes, most likely. And then they're going to put you on whatever it is that they want to recommend. It's all a big web. Okay. So it's not really bad motives that they're going to try to hurt you or use you in some way, except for use you for your money. So it all is still in the system. You don't need to do a test. You definitely, most likely, have toxins. All of us do. No one is toxin free. We have to do cleanses. We have to take care of ourselves in the best ways that we can, but it's kind of hard to be toxin free. Most of us will always have them. Okay, but definitely I wouldn't play around with it. And that's I'm not giving medical advice. It's just what I'm feeling, what I'm vibing, what's coming through. But anyways, thank you for your question. I'm sure it helps someone. Let's see from Liz. Gratitude for your Australian insight. Holding on tight for better days ahead. I keep forgetting to ask, can you please tune in to the short-term and long-term future of Ethereum? Okay, Ethereum's a good one. I always get good reviews. So let's look into it right now. Ethereum. Is it still a good long-term investment or short-term? Here we go. In the short term, it's going to remain consistent where we've seen it. In the long term, the longer you hold, the better. I wouldn't, based on this, I'm not a financial advisor by any means, but based on this, it is showing that if you were to just keep it for a short term and then trade it or sell it or whatever, you're going to possibly regret that, because it looks like in the long term, that's where it's at. That's where it's really going to pay off. So Ethereum is more of a future long-term investment. Yeah, very good. Always good reviews, for sure, for Ethereum. Here's another one from Lona. Will the Doge fund distribution for the people have to first go through the House of Representatives and then Congress for approval, or can President Trump do an executive order? All right, here we go. I already know it, but I know you guys like the cards. Here's the Hermit. Here's the Transformation. Here's the Knight of Cups. So it's showing a major transformation, but it also does show the dark trying to manipulate and trying to hold it back. So yeah, he will have to go through and get approvals. That is true. But now the question is, since we have all this transformation and giving to the people Ace of Pentacles, all this beautiful energy. Now the question is this why it's so delayed right now? And a time frame. Once again, let's see a time frame when we will see it. Page of Cups, Justice card. Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn. And then we also have Sagittarius in here too. Ugh. So Capricorn does have a lot of heavy financials attached to it, to that sign, to that energy. Justice card is Libra. So anywhere between Libra and Capricorn, I believe that is when we'll probably have these increments or these monthly payments distribution. So the distribution, I would say, fall possibly into Capricorn, unless Capricorn's just showing us from a financial aspect. Spirit does not like time frames. They don't really give you dates. They'll never give you dates or numbers, but they will give us a season. So that's what I'm getting, Libra, and then it showed Capricorn. So there you go. Thank you so much for your question. Next from Dana. And then we have quite a few left. Let me check in the chat how you guys are doing. Good to see you all. Now I'm going back to the question. Okay, Dana, when do we expect our big event? And is it in 2025? As we have heard, there will be a big event, as in that it's biblical. Okay. This biblical event was predicted by Kim Clement. And he's been right about a lot of things. And it is 2025 now. And he did predict the fall. And someone else had a question that tied into that. I think her question's coming up. I don't see it yet, but it's on there somewhere. But we'll get into that. But here we go. The big event, the biblical event, 2025. Is it still expected this year? Here we go. The High Priestess. I'm only going to pull this one, actually. So absolutely, that is a yes. We didn't really have to pull the card. Just feel it. I know it. Yes, and I do believe that he's right on point, Kim Clement. I really do. Thank you, Dana. Appreciate that. Next from Nikki. Here's her question. What is the real news about what is happening with Elon Musk? All right, here we go. Now, Elon Musk, as you guys, I hope you guys remember, he only vowed to stay for about 180 days. So he did exactly that. So it was we already predetermined that he wasn't going to stick around forever in the Doge. But he's always a supporter of Trump. He's always there with Trump. He's always one of his guys. So, but let's pull cards. Let's see, is there anything else behind it? Here we go. Queen of Swords. And then like the power couple, him and Trump, of course. So behind the scenes, Eight of Pentacles, quietly behind the scenes. There's something he's focusing on here. He's still involved. It's just not going to be public. So he's still actually involved. It's just not, it's not to be public. They want everyone to think that he's not, that he's out. Okay. But in reality, he's still going to be doing a lot behind the scenes. But I think that maybe it's because they were burning his cars down and there's so much retaliation from the evil other side that possibly is why as well, to keep it all under wraps and behind the scenes, make them think that he's really done for now. And that his 180 days, that's it. Okay, that's a wrap. No, he's still working behind the scenes. So, good question, Nikki. Thank you. Collie Girl has a question. Let's see, on your next show, can you please ask about the great and terrible day of the Lord? Here we go. It's been prophesized from, yes, it was from Kim Clement, that it will happen this year, possibly in the fall. God will get rid of them. All right, it cut off a little bit because the banners only allow so much for me to copy and paste. But here we go. So let's take a look. The great and terrible day of the Lord. Will that happen this year? It kind of goes in line with the last question, the other question that we asked about 2025. So let's see, the great and terrible day of the Lord. Will that happen this year, 2025? The Hierophant, the Six of Swords, the Knight of Swords. Okay, so absolutely, that's action being taken. This is going back to old values. This also has a lot to do with the Vatican. So lots of stuff. So absolutely. Thank you, Collie Girl. Appreciate it. Next from Terry Blue. Question for Friday. When will the MSM be made to stop lying and tell the viewers the truth? So mainstream media. Now, the most current news, I believe, is CBS is being sued by Trump. And of course, he's got it. He's got it in the bag. So CBS is being taken out completely and being exposed for all their deceit and lies over the years. And they're all going to be exposed. Benny Johnson's actually exposed them in one of his shows just recently, I think in the last 24 hours, about how connected they are and how they're all puppets. They've been puppets for all of our lives, our parents' lives, our grandparents' lives. They've all been puppets for all these years. Okay, so they're all going to be exposed. But this is the beginning of it. Okay, so I don't really have to pull for this because it's actually happening right now. Okay, so if you haven't seen that episode, go to Benny Johnson's channel. I believe it was in the last 24 hours. He just did a show on mainstream. So there you go. Here's another one from Shanna. So, hey, Kristen, love you and your work. When will we publicly see the first arrest? When will we see military on the streets sending love and light? All right. First arrest. I believe we asked this question probably on Monday or Wednesday. But here we go. First arrest. When do we see that? Spirit's going to give us a zodiac time frame or winter, spring, summer, fall. So here we go. Seven of Swords, Ten of Cups, and then the Two of Wands. So I'm feeling October. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing October is coming through. That's what I hear. Cards triggered me to hear that. So I'm hearing October. So we shall see. See what happens. I'm hoping it's a lot sooner than that. But the military on the streets, I don't believe is actually going to happen. Okay. I know that goes around on other channels, but that's actually not going to happen in my channelings, in my one-on-one readings and shows that we do. I've never seen that. But thank you so much. Appreciate it. Connie Q, actually. So you all know her. She's all around there. Here we go. Will frequency level be a criteria for medbed appointments? Let's take a look. Your frequency, your vibration. So the King of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Ten of Swords. So yes and no. Okay, so it has to be individuals that have a great purpose for this abundance. They have to be making life changes for others, service to others. So yes, I mean, your frequency has to be in the right place. It's like your heart has to be in the right place. So absolutely. The no part of that question is that I don't think that they're going to judge you. What I'm getting is they're not going to judge you for like your past, but it's what you want to do with your life now and what your purpose is, your intentions. You will have to pass interviews, I believe. You're going to have an interview and probably an evaluation of some sort, your psyche. But yeah, I would say that's a yes, absolutely. Thank you, Connie. Next, we have another one. Okay. Is Elizabeth Warren, also known as Pocahontas, the actor behind the auto pen? Here we go. Yes or no question. Three of Pentacles, Six of Cups. I would say that's a yes. Absolutely. Thank you for your questions. That actually wraps up our banners from the other episode on Wednesday. So thank you to all who sent in your questions. Now I'm going to play with you guys in the chat. Let me shuffle these cards because I did make quite a mess here. And speaking of cards, my beautiful Starcanashores cards, the gold, they're back. So if you're interested, you can email me. It's a special order to get the gold. The natural ones are always available, but if you want to order them, go to my email at starcanashores@gmail.com, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I have a lot of emails all the time, so just be patient with me. If I don't get back to you like the same day, don't panic. I will get to you. But they are now available. I'm actually going to use them. I forgot they were right here. My new deck here of the gold. So I'm going to use them as we go through the live chat questions, okay? But here we go. Let's take a look. what's out there. What do you guys want to know? Do you have any questions? I saw one come in really early from Ricky Green. I'm going to go all the way back. Wow, you guys wrote a lot while I was talking. I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning of the show before it started. Ricky Green asking a great question. All right. What is the worldwide percentage of humans that are awake now? Also, are those awake humans actively working on raising their spiritual vibrations now for world peace? Here we go. So let's start with the first one. What is the worldwide percentage? If Spirit could give me, they have a lot to play with. I mean, they have swords, they have wands, pentacles. They could tell me numbers in that way, but they can also just tell me. I can just hear it come through. So let's take a look and see what we get. What is the worldwide percentage of humans that are awake now on the planet? Justice card. So it's a sign of balance. I'm hearing it's balancing out. 7, 9, and then endings and new beginnings. 79, 79%. Okay, are really, truly turning and really in shock and awe of what's going on and figuring things out. Now, the next question from Ricky is also, are those awake humans actively working on raising their spiritual vibrations now for world peace? So are they actually doing the work? Are they doing their inner work, as we talk about all the time? The inner work to raise your vibration, to live a better, healthier life, to send love to others, service to others? Are they actually doing that to raise their vibration? Here we go. No. No, but that's okay. Everyone's on a different part of their journey. Okay, so the 4 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Queen of Swords. Okay, so they're on their way. It's going to take however long it takes. Everyone has a different psychological perspective of things, different beliefs. Also, now they're going to be questioning everything. So they're kind of in a panic mode is what I'm getting. So they're not really, what's the right word? They don't really have the knowledge at this moment to know that they have to go within and really use discernment and figure things out on their own. And that's okay. When we first awakened, think back to when you first were awakened and shook up and like, OMG about everything. When that first initially happened, you weren't immediately thinking, oh my gosh, I got to do my inner work. I have to raise my vibration. I have to do this. I have to do that. You were just still just dumbfounded by everything that you kept finding out. Then the investigating started. We started investigating. We started researching. We started just really depicting everything, So that's kind of the first phase. So I think they're still in the first phase. Then they'll move on. And as they get through their journey, then they're going to realize that I have to go within. I am the only person that can create my own reality and make my life what I want it to be. But it all starts within me, So I love your question, Ricky. Thank you so much. Beautiful, beautiful question. Let's see any of the older comments that came in. I'm just going to look at those first, and then I'll go to the new comments. Let's see. All right. I don't really see any of the old ones. Coming back to the very front lines here. Let's see. Any questions that came in that were newer? Here we go from Free to Fly. Will the federal taxes be removed from our paychecks this presidential term? Here we go. Will the federal taxes be removed from our paychecks this presidential term? Here we go. Wow. So, well, I already knew it would be a yes, but yes, definitely. Okay. So everything that's going to go down and everything that's going to change and shift, it's going to be set up that way for the future years to come. Absolutely. So yes, good question. Let's see what else is out there. New comments. All right, I'm not really seeing too much, guys. That's all right. You guys are talking amongst yourselves. It's totally fine. I love all the the love, the encouragement that you guys are sending one another. That's what this is all about. This channel has always been, even my old channel with my brother, it was always one of the main purposes was to build community and to build connection, for you guys to help each other. I love it. I love all of it. So thank you guys for always doing that. Kathy Hartnett, here we go. When will JFK Jr. come out in public, unmasked, and reveal his truth? Ooh, here we go. So let's ask Spirit formally. Can you give us this, winter, spring, summer, fall, zodiac time frame, just any clues? This is a big question, and this is something we've all been waiting for. So here we go. When will JFK Jr. come out in public, unmasked, undoubting that it's him, like we'll just know that it's him, speaking, just come on. Knight of Swords. Lots of swords. You guys are giving me lots of swords. The Chariot. So could that be, we're in Gemini right now. Swords represent the air signs. We are in Gemini. So it can also represent Libra. Then we have the Chariot and the Eight of Cups. So he's going to show himself and then go away and then go back to wherever he wants to be. Interesting. I like that, though. But he's also one that's behind the scenes doing things. And they don't want him in the public. They don't want him to be known yet. So there's a good reason for that. But I would say it's more likely to be Libra season than Gemini. So I wouldn't get too excited right now. I think that would be later in Libra season. But again, I think that they're keeping him secretive. They're keeping him private. Just like Elon's going to go private. He's still doing work for Trump. He's still doing good things. But they don't want it to be public. It's got to be all quiet. Very good question, though. I appreciate it. New questions. Let's see. Anything else? Not really seeing much. All right, guys. Green Girl 17. In need of financial relief. All right, yes. Holding XRP and silver. Is that happening this year? Here we go, XRP. We've been waiting for it. XRP, we need a zodiac time frame or season. Queen of Pentacles. Well, you're also getting the 10 of Pentacles, Green Girl. So if you didn't know, the Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn. And she's financially stable. 10 of Pentacles is also, that is my XRP card, actually. 10 of Pentacles, that is if you're looking for abundance financially or in any kind of abundance. But it's a financial question. So XRP, big time, yes. To get the Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn, and then we also have the 10 of Pentacles. All the earth signs. So Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. We already passed Taurus, so it's not Taurus. But I do believe it's a yes that it's this year. So it's either going to happen in Virgo, which is the end of August into September, or Capricorn. So either of those times. So as you can see, all of these readings that we've been doing, these questions about financials, the wealth, also the exposures, the arrests, seem to be in that time frame. And going back to Kim Clement, going back to that time frame of the fall, okay? It's pretty much in that area. So that's something, it's kind of tying together. Now, what about silver? Here we go. Wow, beautiful. This is my version of like the Judgment card that you'll see in a tarot deck. So beautiful. I love this card. So this is a huge... This would mean that this is huge out of nowhere, the Judgment card, okay? 10 of Wands. I would say Leo, honestly. That's August. End of July, August. And I've seen July for silver and gold. So absolutely. Very good question. Thank you, Green Girl. Ooh, we have Sherry Hicks in the house. Awesome. Love to see you here. Let's see. Our mega offers. Bitcoin, Trump. Oh, and the Trump coins, are they legit? Here we go. Here we go. Trump coins. Bitcoin, Trump coins, legit. They are. Nine of Wands. And I believe we pulled on this before. Queen of Wands and the Page of Cups. So yes, they are. They are legit. So if you have them, I know like a lot of people tried to get them as of recently and something like they couldn't get them, but if you have them, keep them, hold on to them. So yes, absolutely. Good question. Very good, Sherry. If you guys hear background noise, I'm sorry, my little kitten, he's trying to catch lizards and he can't catch them. He's too little, but he knocked something over and I can't see what it is. Let's see. Is June 14th gonna have some big reveals? Here we go. June 14th, will it have some big reveals, not reviews. So June 14th is Trump's birthday, also Flag Day. We've seen this in another reading, so I'm curious to see if the outcome is the same. June 14th of 2025, will we see some big reveals? Here we go. Well, I like it. We've got the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, my version. As you can see, this is going to be something that's going to, as you can see, I pretty much designed it in a way that it's so connected to spirit. So it's biblical as well. So it's connected to the evil versus the good, but it's also going to awaken everyone who's not awake. Okay, so yeah, big reveals. And then the Six of Pentacles, that's help for the people. So big reveals, maybe a big announcement that the relief is coming financially. So yeah, very nice. I love to see that. Let me go to new comments. And but before I do that, I see one from Gail. Will any parts of Canada become the 51st state? I believe I have a post that he made a post the other day about Canada. Here, did I save it? Yes. Okay. So this was Wednesday. I saved it to my phone to bring it up. And thank you, Gail, for reminding me. All right. He wrote, I told Canada, which very much wants to be part of our fabulous Golden Dome system, that it will cost $61 billion if they remain a separate but unequal nation, but will cost $0 if they become our cherished 51st state. And then he wrote, they are considering the offer, exclamation point. So I do believe this is going to happen. Yes. So Canada, you are going to be the 51st state. It's only a matter of time. There's so much that they're working on. So this is something that will come about. Let me see if there's a time frame. Here we go. I'm glad you brought that up. Very cool. Four of Wands. And I just heard fall. All right. I just heard fall. That's what came through in my higher self and what's coming, what I just heard. So Four of Wands, Eight of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. So fall. Absolutely. Cool. That's exciting. Then I can go to Canada because I don't have a passport. I'm against it. I'm against getting a passport. They made it too difficult for me because I have, I've had a few different last names. We'll put it that way. But I just don't. I don't agree with it. I don't want to be controlled that way. So if I could just go to Canada and it's just fine, that's awesome. Cool. Let's see what else is out there. It would be all of Canada. Lucas, DD Lucas, all of Canada, the whole everything. Let's see. I think that might be all of our questions, guys. But hey, Maggie wants to see the kitten. Yes, let me see. Let me grab him real quick. I have to kind of go through the cords to get him. This cord right here. And I don't want everything to fall. So 1 second. Let me grab him. Yeah, hold on 1 second. I got him. Here he is. So he is right behind me, and he was trying to catch a lizard. Weren't you? Look, you're on TV. You're on some people's TVs, because some people put you on, they'll put YouTube on their screen. So, yeah. He's pretty, he's long. He's growing. But he's a cutie pie. He's a Capricorn as well. So, yep, he's a sweetheart. He's so cute. This is Wallace. So cute. He was already named Walton. So when I adopted him, I had called and I said, "Do you have any kittens available?" It was a rescue, cat rescue, in another town over here. And she's like, "Well, go check out my Facebook page. I have a little boy kitten. His name is Walton." And I'm like, "Wait, what did you say his name was?" Because I just had my Wally pass away on New Year's Eve. And voila. So this guy was born middle January. So she thinks around January 11th or 12th because she kept going by this one park to rescue all these kittens. And that's when the mama, she gave birth that week. So he is Capricorn. But he's so cute. But yeah, possible reincarnation. A lot of people have done ratings on it. They're getting a yes. I feel it too, definitely. He's looking for lizards right now. That's what he's looking for. But thank you guys. He's so cute, isn't he? I love him. I love him so much already. He's so spoiled. He has everything that he wants. He doesn't want to go, actually. He's on the screen. He's on the table. But he's a good boy. He's very cute. But yeah, I think that's about all. Oh, we have a super sticker from Kylie. Thank you so much, Kylie. Appreciate it. There you go. I can get him some more treats. He loves treats. But he likes real treats. So when I say that, it's like real fish. He'll eat it. He likes it. But thank you guys so much. This was fun show. And I appreciate all of you for being here, for sure. And I'll see you guys on Monday. All right. And before I go, I always almost forget. My website, arcanashores.net. Let me turn that up because I have a lot of new, we have a lot of new family members here. So arcanashores.net, if you do want a personal reading, that is where you're going to want to go. Okay. And when I mean personal, that's one-on-one, or you can get an express reading and just send in your questions. Very reasonable prices and quick turnaround. Or we could meet in person one-on-one. So that's pretty fun too. But thank you all so much. And I'll see you guys on Monday. We'll do it again, another Q&A. Remember, leave your questions down below if you want them up on Monday's show. And I'll see you then. You guys take great care. Have a great weekend. Bye.